Welcome to Driving Line 360. I'm Aaron Kaufman. We're in my 63 Ford Falcon for qualifying on Pikes Peak. So right here, we're getting ready to roll off the start line, but it's not actually where the timing starts. As we kind of come around this corner here, which is pretty deep, second gear, we'll go through a gantry, and that's actually where the timing starts. A big long sweeper to the right, and it's kind of easy to get carried away so early on. You want to go really fast, but running off the mountain right here would definitely look pretty foolish. So basically trying to be conservative. We're not going to win the race today. It's just qualifying for a position. But the reason that's important is because the later in the day, the bigger the chance of weather-related issues. Even so, this is the fastest I've run the lower section of the mountain, and just trying to put together as much technique as I can and as much experience from the past years being on the mountain. And this really is, the guys that are fast have been here multiple decades, and it shows. And so just basically trying to put together as much experience that I can from the past. And with 156 corners, there's a lot of corners to memorize, and especially down low, it's not the rocks, it's more the trees. The corners, many of the corners are blind, so the exits can't be seen. And in the past, there have been issues with spectators, so a lot of your apex markings or your turn-in stuff or brake zones would be obscured. And so even though we don't have the spectator issue now, there's still the issue of moving really quick and all the trees looking about the same. So the big thing is really just trying to memorize all the corners. A minute ago, we saw the car getting a little loose. I felt like this year I was driving the car as close to the edge of traction as I could. And I'm sure with a little more experience, a little more time in the seat, I might be able to bring that speed up a bit more. In fact, this area we're just passing right now is where I spun the car out last year, but it was a mechanical related failure that put me off the track. But no major damage to the car, and we were able to actually compete, even though the racetrack was actually reduced that year due to weather. And so we're actually, picking up quite a bit of altitude here, even though it doesn't look like much. We race from 9,000 feet to 14,100, so 5,000 foot of elevation, and it has to take place somewhere, and it's not all in the W's, which is the midsection. And so right here we have a really, really sharp corner. This is hard on the bikes, and that's all the ride you get to see this time. Follow my 2016 Pikes Peak experience on drivingline.com.